wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee. So don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
It is a great Monday morning. Hello and welcome to the KVJ Show. It is good to see you all. Hello.
Yeah, Monday.
That's right.
Good morning.
Good morning. How was your weekend?
It was good. We had Panda's birthday.
Right, I know.
So we had lots of fun and all of his favorite food.
Okay.
I made him a lasagna. He loves lasagna.
He does love lasagna, huh?
Big old lasagna, bigger than your head.
That says love. Lasagna.
He loves lasagna, so we made that, and then we made his favorite cake.
Okay.
Yellow cake with the fudgy chocolate icing.
Ooh, fun stuff.
It was
Okay.
great. It was fun.
That's good. How about your weekend, Bird?
It was all right. If it was a Rotten Tomatoes score, I'd give it probably 68.
Okay. All right.
What about you?
It was great. Fantastic. Had a good time. Solid weekend. Not too bad. A different variety. That's the spice of life.
You got some sun, it looks like. A little tan.
I try to get out there, Try drinking that vitamin D. Yeah, I try to be a man of the outdoors. You know, like Justin Timberlake.
Where did you spend your time?
My backyard.
Oh.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I mean, you look like a model over there.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I feel great.
If you want to lay out later, I'm down. We can have a little
just two dudes.
Little sunbathing session.
You put a little suntan lotion on my back, I'll get yours.
Look, there's spots I can't reach, Virginia.
Yeah. Well, I got them for you. Oh, I got them. Well, here we go. You can see the KVJ Show. We are on right now, KVJ TV. Just go to YouTube, put us up on your flat screen TV, take us on your mobile devices. Just look for the KVJ Show and subscribe while you're there.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
Uh-oh. It looks like Pepe Le Pew is getting canceled.
Nice.
Oh, he is. What?
They're all going down, Kevin.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Oh, my God. The cartoon skunk who, kind of got a little touchy-feely with chicks and would, grab them and kiss them. Sometimes they didn't even know it was about to happen. And they're like, look, Pepe Le Pew and this new culture of today is not going to be able to make it.
All the other cartoon characters are now very nervous because guess what? Time's up.
Yeah.
I mean...
Dave Chappelle, I guess, touched on it once in one of his stand-ups, and he called Pepe Le Pew a rapist.
It definitely was unwanted touching.
Definitely was.
Yeah.
And yes, this is not helping. No means no.
Right.
And you don't get to sneak up on anybody and grab
No.
him and kiss him. So, Pepe, you're canceled.
So he's done completely? That's it?
He's done.
I haven't seen much of him lately anyway. So.
He's been low-key,
Yeah.
but now he's canceled, Kevin.
Okay.
So-
No one knew who he was until now. Now everyone's going to Google, who's this Peppy guy?
In other news, it looks like your boy Kevin Connolly from Entourage. Did you see this story? He goes to do these podcasts and he records them at this studio. And this studio in LA is right next to this flower shop. And I guess there's not enough parking. And so on a regular basis, he's been parking in this flower shop's parking lot. And the guy that owns the flower shop would leave notes on his car saying, dude, you can't park here. This is for our customers only. We see you going to the podcast recording studio and parking right in front of our shop. And so he left him, I guess, several notes over the past few weeks. Kevin Connolly didn't care. And so on Saturday, he called the tow truck on Kevin Connolly. And there's video of Kevin Connolly going in the flower shop, throwing a temper tantrum, cursing, kicking stuff.
Yeah.
Because they towed his Tesla.
So is he canceled next?
He should be canceled.
Him and Pepe?
Him and Pepe Le Pew are now canceled. And last night, I've got quite a few little clips for you in case you missed it. It was the big Oprah interview with Harry and Meghan. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the most shocking moments, definitely shocking for Oprah, was when Meghan talked about how there was concern in the palace from the monarchy that baby Archie, her baby that she was pregnant with, was going to come out with too dark of a skin tone. And then that was going to be like a problem. And, oh, what would that look like? And, oh, we can't have that. So here's a little bit of Meghan talking about the baby's skin tone.
Okay.
In those months when I was pregnant, all around this same time, concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
there is a conversation. Hold up.
there's
Stop
several
right now.
there's several conversations.
There's a
about
conversation with you
it. With Harry,
about how dark your baby is going to be?
potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah, they had a couple things on the race issue there with the royal family.
Megan shared with us that there was a conversation with you about Archie's skin tone.
That conversation I'm never going to share. But at the time it was awkward. I was a bit shocked.
Can you tell us what the question was?
No, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay. Like, what will the baby look like?
Yeah, what will the kids look like?
Yeah, what will the kids look like?
Crazy stuff.
Okay, yeah.
The controlling monarchy.
Yeah, that's interesting. So that was. I saw they paid $7 million to get that interview.
Wow. Who got all that money?
I think it went probably to them, and then it'll be interesting to see if they turn around and then donate that to a charity, if that will be the thing, if it gets publicity. I don't know.
If you wanted to buy a 30-second commercial during that last night, it cost $325,000. And there was a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
I watched it, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of
Well, they
commercials.
got to make that $7 million back.
I wonder if that's that effective. I mean, you're spending all that money. Do you get a return on that investment? Do you get any kind of that 30 seconds for all that money? Is it really that? Is that money well spent?
They've run these networks for a very long time, and I think that they have an idea of when they go into it, knowing what they're going to get. Running that much for commercials, that starts to add up, plus the marketing for it. And now with streaming and things, too, I'm sure they're going to find other ways to repurpose it and continue to run ads on clips and of the such.
That's true.
So, yeah, I think when it's probably all said and done, it was a big TV event last night. So,
Yeah, it had me locked in.
well, and you're coming in here today, and there's a couple of bombshells, and I'm sure people are going to be like, "Oh, did you hear about that?" So people are going to be talking about it again today. So, yeah, when it's said and done, probably $7 million, probably about right.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
You got something to say about the way someone's been acting? Call them out after 7:30 or text us now at 877-979-WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jaybird?
I'm very excited. My dad is coming into town tomorrow.
Okay, that's
And
cool.
We always have great fun together, and I always feel so good when my dad comes around. When he came down from Texas to live with me again, but a couple years ago, I don't know if you guys remember that. He lived with me for a good, I think, almost a year.
Right.
I loved it. I loved having him as a roommate. I don't know how long he's staying for. I'm gonna try to talk him into staying for a while.
Okay.
Maybe let's get him on the air.
Ooh, I like that.
Maybe put my dad on the hot seat. Really grill him.
Make them commit.
Yeah, make him commit.
Last time you posted a picture of him, the ladies went nuts on Facebook, calling him a dilf.
You called him a dilf.
I did not. I agreed with the girl that did.
I thought you called him a dilf, and that got it started.
No. I looked at the picture. I was like, it's a great picture. Like, I didn't really think that much of it until I read all the comments of the girls just going off about Randy.
Well, ladies, he's taken, so
Oh, okay.
all the good ones are.
that's all I got.
What's on your mind, Virginia?
Well, over the weekend, we started the process of putting in our new air conditioning system.
Okay.
And Rocco is so excited.
Oh, okay.
They brought him a little shirt. The company is Cooling Advisors, and they brought him a little shirt that says Cooling Advisors and his name on it. And so he literally thinks that he is on the install team, and it is adorable.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
What's up with your air? Was it breaking?
Yeah, so my original unit, the AC, the central air conditioning unit, was purchased in the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
And this thing has lasted since then. I mean, this is a long time.
That's pretty good.
It's amazing. Luckily, I bought the house from a lady that didn't hardly ever use it at all. So that was good because we've used it more in these past 6 years than she ever did the whole time she owned the house. So it was on its last leg. You know how you can hear an appliance struggling?
It sounds like a old man really about to. It's almost curtains.
I'm going to be dead soon.
It starts to cough.
I don't feel good. It was making noises. Yeah, it was bad. So.
I don't know how they did it in olden times without air conditioning.
I don't know either because we are spoiled.
Yeah, the summertime and olden times. How would you stay cool other than shade, old school shade?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just grabbed a banana leaf and started fanning yourself, but that's not fun.
Well, it's so important that at the Great Rotunda at the Capitol building, each state is allowed to put 2 influential people from that state in the rotunda. They have statues of them. And one of the 2 for the state of Florida is the guy who invented air conditioning.
Wow.
I'm sorry, that might be the greatest modern day invention of all time. Fight me. I mean, what's
it changed
better?
the state. It changed the state. I mean, really, people didn't consider living in Florida when it wasn't season. And the summertime, be going, I'm not going to live there with the mosquitoes, bugs, heat, hurricanes, everything else. So when you got the air conditioning, then it became a place where people were like, you know what, maybe I'll stay here in July.
Changed the game.
Yeah, it did. It was a game changer. And that's why he's in the Capitol building.
It goes air condition, then microwave. Best inventions of all time.
Not sure if that guy's got a statue.
He deserves one.
Okay. Yeah, so some interesting stuff, a little factoid there. And most air conditioning units, because I'm dealing with that too, I had an air conditioning unit that they had a coil that was defective, and so I'm having to get that fixed. This is a good time to look into it because things are really going to start picking up, and you would rather deal with your air conditioning issues right now while we got a little chill in the air today.
Yes, and that is a great piece of advice because they did have to turn off my whole entire system while they were switching it out. And so you have to go several hours without an AC. You do not want to be doing that in the dead of summer.
We sound so soft. No air condition for 2 hours.
No, it's terrible, Kevin.
It'd make you grumpy and nasty looking.
It would.
It doesn't take a long time. Yeah, so while it's only 63 degrees outside and we got a chilly day today, it's something to jump on before we get into it because keep in mind, too, they're going to be slammed when it starts getting hot and air conditioners start going out.
I'm going to go on record and say air conditioning's a greater invention than the airplane or the internet. I think it is.
It's a bold statement,
Very
Bird.
bold.
Very bold on a Monday.
What I got on my mind here is all the cool little rooftop bars that are popping up throughout South Florida. I know Miami's been on the game for a while. Fort Lauderdale's starting to get more. And over the weekend, went to go check out one. It's been open for a while, but the pandemic's kind of put everything on pause. It's the Canopy, which is downtown in West Palm Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. They've got 2 basically newer rooftop bars. I say newer because they have been around a little while, but you got the one that is on top of the Ben, the hotel there, and West Palm Beach, and then the Canopy, which has kind of got more of a view of the downtown. The Ben is good if you want to see the Intercoastal and look over into Palm Beach. But both those places, so they're starting to pick up. There's a couple cool little rooftop places that you can go. So I went to go check it out over the weekend, and it's neat. So it's a cool little thing. Got the rooftop pool up there like you got to have. Good views of the city.
Now, can you dine up there as well at the Canopy?
They had a bar, and it looked like maybe you could. They have a downstairs bar, restaurant kind of area, which is pretty cool, too, that you could enjoy. So I would imagine you'd be able to get at least some light bites up there. Yeah, they did. That's right, because we got Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Got any new bottom floor opening? I'm not a real big rooftop guy. Scared of heights.
Yeah, they're not celebrating the bottom floor openings as much. Yeah, oddly enough. Yeah, they don't celebrate that. Also, another quick note, too. Today is International Women's Day.
Oh.
So celebrating the accomplishments and all the great things that are done that women have accomplished.
Whatever you want for breakfast, it's on the Bird. You want pancakes? We get you pancakes.
I'd like some caviar.
I mean, if Uber Eats will deliver it, I don't know if they do caviar. I don't think they do caviar ever.
It's Women's Day. I want caviar. I think you better deliver.
Are we celebrating annoying women?
Demanding.
Okay, there you go. So that's what is going on here. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, if you are doing the delivery, Suit's got a very interesting request from his Uber Eats driver over the weekend. What he wanted Suits to do.
Oh, boy. Was it romantic in nature?
Well, I'll let you know exactly what odd request Suits got over the weekend. Coming up in minutes here on the KVJ Show.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Quick little mention, I'd said today is International Women's Day, and they have the statutory hall in the Capitol building, and each state gets 2 different statues. And a quick shout out, if you didn't know, that one of the statues is Mary McLeod Bethune. She is the woman who is behind Bethune-Cookman University, if you've ever heard that. And if you didn't know, that school actually started out as a one-room classroom in Daytona Beach. And she built it up, and now it became a big university. So she is an amazing woman that is one of the Floridians of the 2 that are featured there. So cool little shout-out to her. Well, over the weekend, Suits got himself some delivery. And sometimes weird things happen when you've got an Uber Eats driver or whatever delivery service you might use. And there was a very peculiar request that came from Suits' driver. Now, what exactly did he want you to do, Suits?
Well, so I'm kind of liking the fact that there's this contactless delivery. That's been nice. I don't like having to interact with people when they bring the food. It's been easy, but
okay.
So I watch them on the Ring doorbell for them to walk away, and this guy just was standing there with the food. So after a while, I'll just open the door and deal with him. And he asks me if he can FaceTime his girlfriend and show her that he's there. And at first I'm kind of like, does he know, like, does he listen to the show or something? Is he just asking this because he wants to show his girlfriend he's talking to me, which would be weird because it's early in the morning. I'm getting breakfast delivered.
You are Suits.
I mean, don't.
I'm not wearing a suit, though.
Don't sell yourself short.
You do traffic, and you are on the evenings here at 97.9.
Okay, all right.
That's right.
And you have great hair. I mean, there's a lot going on
I got
over
a lot
there.
going, clearly.
Clearly.
Anyway, he FaceTimes his girlfriend, and he's like, okay, see, look, I'm here, I'm delivering food, I'm working, all right? Can you get off my back? And he shows, like, the camera to me, and she looks like she's just gotten out of bed. I mean, she looks half asleep. I assume this guy must have cheated on his girlfriend at some point because she clearly doesn't trust that he's working. But I'm just standing here, I'm like, hi.
Why am I in this
morning.
FaceTime?
Can I just have my damn IHOP?
I just want my pancake.
Don't insert me into your
He
drama.
definitely was a cheater. She didn't believe
He had to
him.
be cheating, right?
He was saying he was doing Uber Eats and then he was doing something else.
Scandalous.
It was
Suits.
really uncomfortable, awkward, and weird.
Yeah, because now you're kind of in the middle of this.
Well, I mean, I did just get up, too. I woke up and ordered breakfast, so I don't look my best. She didn't look her best, and neither did he.
I'm glad to see you're ordering. I ordered a lot of food this weekend, too. So.
It was a banner weekend.
Off the diet.
Off
Yeah.
the diet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You two haven't been waiting a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's by design.
Yeah. You guys been enjoying your time off the diet?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
My bank account hasn't, but...
Okay. That's good. What kind of good grub do you have this weekend, Bird?
Had a lot of pizza. It was a pizza weekend for me.
Yeah. Okay.
But the weekdays, I try to do a little better.
Okay. Yeah.
Although, if Mama wants to do breakfast today, we can have stacks and stacks of pancakes.
Well, I'm excited for my caviar for National Women's Day that you're getting me.
I'm trying to. It's not looking good for the caviar.
wouldn't hold your breath
I
on
am
that.
doing the research.
It's a tough thing to get at early Monday morning.
I'm looking into it. No
Yeah.
one's got caviar.
It's very expensive, too.
Well, money's no option for you. No
Option. Money's no option for you.
So there you go.
Money's no
That's why you're not
option.
getting caviar. Money's no option for you.
We'll keep it at pancakes.
Got some texts here, 877-979-9763. Somebody said, I let an Uber driver use my bathroom when he said it was an emergency.
That's not good.
What he then did to my bathroom caused me to lose my entire appetite.
Yeesh.
It can be really awkward. I told you all about the one time I got the Uber Eats and it was a really hot driver and she was bending down to grab the food, and Chewy, when he was a little bit more spry, he got out and he started to hump on her leg.
So both of you wanted to.
So as I'm like, Chewy, no, don't do that. He gets up, he walks back in the house, and as he's walking back in the house, he audibly farts. It was such an uncomfortable minute.
That's a hot moment there. What a show he put on. A dry humping followed by gas. Somebody else said, I saw my Uber Eats driver urinate on my Donald Trump election sign from my Ring doorbell cam.
Oh, boy.
Okay. I think I heard about that happening a couple times. Somebody said, my dad also got into a fist fight one time with the guy who delivered our Chinese food. The delivery guy forgot the egg rolls and was a real jerk about it. And it wasn't the first time that this guy forgot our egg rolls. My mom had just left my dad, so he wasn't really thinking right. And he ended up beating the crap out of the delivery driver and went to jail for it.
Oh, my.
And we never did get those egg rolls. Yeah.
That's messed up.
That's tough. I know this, I guess you could say, is a good delivery driver story. Back in 91, I ordered a pizza from Domino's as a teenager. I was home alone. Because both my parents had worked overnights. The pizza guy delivered my pizza, was 19 years old, talked his way into hanging out with me inside my house. We ended up playing Nintendo games for the entire night and then got married 5 years later and now are still together happily ever after.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
How do you talk your way into the house? Hey, look at that living room. I love it. Can I sit on your couch?
I guess maybe she didn't feel threatened.
Yeah.
She was like, okay, this guy's got a great energy. I like it.
It was the 90s, different time.
Yeah, more trusting time.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen today.
No.
You'd be going, what do you want? What's going on here? I don't think so. Well, I don't know if you guys got to do any binge watching over the weekend. Is there anything that you checked out?
I did.
What did you watch?
I watched Coming to America, the new movie, and then I watched the other movie with the dude from Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, okay.
I forget what it's called. It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
3 or 4 people recommended it to me.
I thought I'd heard reviews on that.
And I did a little review on our Facebook. And man, some people did not like my review, and they were going in.
What was your review, negative or positive?
Negative. I did not like the movie.
Yeah.
But because I didn't like the movie, I wasn't trying to sleep with your mother or steal your car.
Yeah.
People really took it personal.
They did, huh?
They did.
Yeah, some people do.
You gotta be careful with the movie reviews.
Well, we have up there for some comments that we'll be talking about the Coming to America, which is the Eddie Murphy sequel to Coming to America.
Did you check it out?
I did. I did get to watch it. So a lot of people are giving their review right now on the KVJ Show Facebook page. And I'd say overall it's pretty positive. So there's a lot of people that really like Coming to America. So if you want to go, we'll get some of those comments coming up just after 8 o'clock this morning, and I'll give you my thoughts on the movie that I was really looking forward to as well. Because I love the original so much.
I'm reading half and half.
It's about, ours is probably a little bit more positive than negative, but it's really interesting. It's very polarizing. There are some people who are saying 10 out of 10. Perfect movie on Coming to America, the sequel, and other people are saying unwatchable 1 out of 5 stars. It's really fascinating that it's so one side or the other on the reviews on that movie.
If you look at the Rotten Tomato score for the audience, I believe it's right down the middle. I think it's like a 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. As of last night, it was.
That's kind of what we're seeing as well. So the one thing that I did watch, I loved it again, was we finished season 1 of La Reina del Sur, which is now something you can get on Netflix. And it's a telenovela. Now, there are parts of it, because it is a telenovela, where the acting is kind of bad and it's kind of cheesy, but the storyline was good.
Okay.
It was solid. So I'm into the second season, and I know you've watched the Gringo version, the Queen of the South, which is done on the USA Network.
I have. I loved it.
Yeah, and they got a new season of that coming out.
Coming back in April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Absolutely. So if we had to do some comparisons here, I don't know if you can, and you'd have to watch both. I plan on getting to your Queen of the South after I get through the telenovela version.
It's really good. I enjoyed it.
I want to see it and compare it to see which one is better, the Spanish version or the English version of Queen of the South. So we'll compare those when I get to that, but can't do that yet. Do have some that you can. Which would you say is better of these two shows? Seinfeld, which I know you love, Virginia, or Curb Your Enthusiasm? Jaybird, have you seen both of those?
I have.
Which one is better?
For me, I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's like Seinfeld, but rated R.
Okay.
You're able to say bad words because it's HBO.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely Curb.
I think Curb probably ages better, too. I don't know if Seinfeld ages the best.
As Curb goes on, too, the hijinks that he continuously gets into, one might go, all right, it's a little much.
Yeah. I think maybe Seinfeld just because, and I haven't seen all of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've seen
I haven't either.
2 or 3 seasons of it, and I like it, and I think it's good. The characters from Seinfeld, I think there's maybe a few more characters that make Seinfeld slightly a bit better, if I had to say. But they're both very solid shows. Okay, what about this in the drug world? Breaking Bad or Narcos? Have you seen both?
I like Narcos better than Breaking Bad. The one with Pablo, that season,
the original, yeah.
That one was really good.
That was amazing.
That was. I think because it is based in a true story, I give just a slight edge to Narcos.
I love Breaking Bad, but I actually like Better Call Saul better than Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. If you're talking about the animated movies, Virginia, Frozen or Moana?
Oh, for me, Moana.
That's a great one.
I love Moana.
Moana's got a better feel to it, in my opinion.
It's happier.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both had big songs from both movies.
Moana song's better than Let It Go.
I think so,
You're
too.
welcome. That was way better than...
The Rock sings it, right?
Oh, and the one where she's on the boat? Oh, Moana has some jams.
Okay, which one is better, The Little Mermaid or Beauty and the Beast?
Little Mermaid.
I don't know, man. Be your guest, be your guest. Put your signature to the, or whatever the word is.
Kiss the Girl.
It's a jam, but...
Kiss the Girl's the jam.
I heard Kiss the Girl's kind of an appropriate song these days.
Right.
I don't know if it mean...
She wanted to be kissed.
There's controversy on whether she wanted to or not.
She wanted to be kissed.
We debated this like 8 months. It was one of those topics where people get mad we debate it.
Family Matters or Full House, which is better?
I watch Full House more, so I'll vote Full House. I don't know, man. I like the Family Matters theme song, too. Both of the theme songs are amazing.
Okay.
Just barely Full House.
Okay. What about reality TV versus scripted shows? That throws everything into the mix. So you would have on the reality TV side your Bachelor, Bachelorette, Keeping Up the Kardashians. All Your Housewives.
Big Brother.
Yeah. And then on the other side, your scripted shows. You know, you would have your Breaking Bads. You would have your Curb Your Enthusiasms, Seinfelds, all the other ones. To me, not even close. Scripted shows all the way.
Scripted's way better, but I will say this about reality TV. There are times one gets in a mood where they just want to be a little sleazy. You want to eat really bad. You want to watch really bad programming.
Okay.
It has its place.
Virginia, you seem to favor some of the reality. What would you say is
I
better?
do. For me, I prefer the reality shows. I just do.
Which, in a sense, are scripted.
I am drawn to them. Yeah, now they're all
Right.
scripted.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I used to love like season 1 of a show because it was before they realized their angles and what to say and not say on camera. It was like raw. It was more of them making mistakes. You know, I should get like season 5, season
Right.
6. Now you just have professional like pot stirrers.
That one time, I was accidentally watching the Kardashians, and they were running out of gas, and the whole episode was, oh my gosh, what are we going to do when we run out of gas? Meanwhile, they've got 9 cars behind them, filming them. I'm sure they could have probably helped out. And I'm watching it going, this is so dumb. Why am I watching this?
Okay, got a few birthdays today, like old James Vanderbeek. Gotta say old now, he's 44. Remember Dawson's Creek?
Yes.
We all remember the creek.
That's right. He was the cat from that show. Gotta say happy birthday to Denny Louise. She turns 60 on the 6th. Happy birthday. Also, happy 18th to the best big sister ever, Selena, from Dad, Sarah, Abriana, and Carmina. Got a birthday shout out to Grace Ann from Mommy, Max, Claire, and Zeb. Got a 15th birthday to Mateus from Josie, Ilya, and Grandma. Also, we got a little birthday shout out here. This is going to Kyle from Coral Springs. 7th birthday to Penelope. You're the most special girl in the world. We love you so much. Dad, Fletcher, Coco, and Warren the squirrel.
Aw.
Okay. Also, happy birthday to Desiree from Angie. So those are the birthdays today.
I love when animals have human names. Warren the squirrel.
Just Warren. That's his name. Absolutely.
He's in the yard. Does he know his name is Warren?
I don't know. I gotta ask Warren.
Okay. It's a question for Warren, I guess. Okay, the latest debate is how do you pronounce Sade? Sade? People hit me up with that. Kev, please, please, please. Pronounce it right. It's Sade, not Sade. There is no R. So there you go. That's what people were telling me.
I always heard it was Sade.
Yeah. Well, I had heard that it's Sade because it is Nigerian and it's just a derivative of her full name, Helen Falasharde Adu. And so that's why it should be Sade.
I'm not sure about this debate, but can we all agree we need to bring back the bit Spa Day or Sade?
Yeah, that we could definitely do. So there you go. So there's another one that I don't know the answer on that. I've seen both ways. So you know what? Say whatever you want to say. Call it good. And stay off my ass. I mean, every week.
Celebrate the music of the woman, not attacking the man.
Right.
Call her Sade for all we care.
I don't care. It's all good. Let me see. Some people said Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood has got to make your list.
Someone mentioned this for hip hop, and I might have to replace her with my number one, Lil Kim. I'm a Lil Kim fan.
She's fun.
That was my favorite.
She had some jams back in the day. Cher, Tina Turner, Stevie Nicks.
Oh, yeah, Stevie Nicks.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't snooze on that.
Sheryl Crow, did you say her?
No, Sheryl Crow deserves a mention. Sia deserves a mention. Rihanna, I think, deserves a mention at this point. Katy Perry.
Vanessa Williams, she had more hits than you think.
She had a few.
She had at least 5.
She had Color of the Wind. And
Love Is.
Yeah.
She also had
Best for Last.
Best for Last, yeah.
And she
3.
also had Just for Tonight, which is my big time jam.
Yes, you sing it.
Just for tonight. That's all I remember. But it's great. It's a good song.
Okay. All right. And one of my favorites that almost made my top 3, Elle King. So, like I said, I'm a big fan of hers. So I know not a lot of people are, but I think she needs a little bit more love than she gets.
Do we celebrate Rob Schneider for Men Appreciation Day?
No, we do not.
Daughter's definitely greater than the dad.
Way better.
Yeah. And Adele. She definitely needs a shout out as well there. International Women's Day, our favorite female singers. People want to know about Coming to America 2, the movie that came out over the weekend, what our thoughts are on that. I'm going to get to that coming up here in just a little bit. I think I'm going to save it because there's some more I want to say about it. And I think I'm going to wait till after the kids get to school, till right after 8. For the comments I want to make about the movie.
Oh, are they scandalous?
Well, it's a little bit there's one thing with the movie, and it has to do with the entire plot that nobody is mentioning, and it's blowing my mind.
It's blowing my mind too, and I wonder if it's the same thing.
No one is mentioning this, and there's no reference to this. I saw it in the movie, and I'm like, wait, what did they just do? And then the whole movie goes on, and I'm looking at all the reviews that people are putting up on our Facebook page and everywhere else, the commentary about this movie, and not one person has mentioned it, which makes me think I must be crazy.
No, I wonder if it's the same thing that as soon as I saw that,
I gotta talk to you.
I go, well, that is weird, and no one's mentioning, and the storyline keeps going on.
Right, yes.
Yeah,
I think you and I are on the same page on this, and like I said, I need to wait till 8 a.m. to talk about it the way I want to talk about it. Let's let the kids get to school, and then we'll have our conversation.
It's odd that
with the adults.
This certain part was in the movie. Seeing the fact that it was knocked down it was knocked down from a rated. The original movie was rated R, Coming to America. This new one's PG-13, which kind of blows my mind. This is left in there.
I couldn't believe it was, and it's the whole concept of the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what?
They're trying to cancel Pepe Le Pew, but...
Right.
Oh, they did cancel Pepe Le Pew. He is done. They kicked him out of the Space Jam 2 movie.
Did they really?
Pepe Le Pew has been officially written out of Space Jam 2. You're done, Pepe.
He's done. He's out there on an island hanging out with Army Hammer.
Yeah.
Hashtag me too, Pepe. It got you.
Okay. Also, we got a quick round of Think Fast. We'll see if you can fire up your brains, get to that, and call them outs are on the way.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, better be ready to think fast here on a Monday.
Ooh, I got a little bit of that brain fog everyone keeps speaking of.
Oh, no.
Fuzzy.
You got the COVID?
I don't know what I got.
Okay, you don't know what you got. Okay, here we go. We got Virginia, Jaybird, and Danny's all competing here today. I got a category for you. Person to come up with a sensible answer, the fastest, gets the point here in Think Fast. Suits will help be the judge with me for this.
He said sensible, Virginia.
All right, here we go. Our first one. Your mom would love one of these, starting with the letter D.
Dildo. Oh,
Jaybird.
Sorry. It just came out. I'm sorry.
Daffodils.
I was saying dildo.
I am reeling.
I guess technically, since he said it, I mean, you know.
I want to win. It's a brain fog. I'm not thinking right.
Wow.
That would always win.
I'm so sorry. Kevin, I'm sorry. I just reacted.
Yeah. There's no governor on that thing, folks. No thought stopping it.
What is the matter with you?
I'm sorry. I know you get a lot of nerve. First of all, Sinicki, because you say things all the time that's wrong.
It's not about me right now. Stop trying to deflect.
Deflect. It's my biggest fear. It's just blurting out a bad word.
Well, you did it.
Okay, think fast here. Name a month starting with the letter S.
September.
Who would you give it to, Suits? Who? Okay, you going to Jaybird? Okay, Jaybird gets that one as well.
Oh, you're fired.
Brain fog Pennington came to play.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Nice work.
He has 2 points. Does he deserve them?
I don't know.
All right, next up here, think fast. Something you might find on somebody's mouth that starts with the letter D.
Dry stuff.
Dirt.
Okay.
Dirt.
Dry stuff.
I have some uncles and aunts that they lead the league in dry stuff that dries on their lip. You know, it's white, dry stuff.
I've never heard that term for that.
Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about.
Dry stuff. Okay, we're going to give Denny's the point on that.
It's very hard to sit next to him and think, sir.
I know.
I would like
I
to
can
submit
understand.
that he has messed up my whole entire game.
That's what happens when you sit next to brain fog Pennington.
All right, he's got the lead brain fog over here.
It's
Number
on
one.
me. It got on me.
Okay, think fast. Some people don't believe in this thing that starts with the letter G.
God.
Oh! Here comes Sweet Denny's.
I just had a feeling it was going to be G.
Sometimes you can read Ralston.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I was actually going for Ghost, but
Oh, jeez. I didn't mean to bring it down to that level.
yeah,
Yeah.
Denny's wants to be an atheist.
Yeah, jeez.
Have fun with those phone calls. He's got to go answer his own hate calls.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay, next up here, think fast. Something you might keep by your bed that starts with the letter L.
Llama.
Liquid.
We'll go liquid, yeah.
Oh, llama.
If you lived in a farm.
At a
llama
window.
farm, and you keep it by your bed?
I'm trying to think of something to say, and then his is so ridiculous and funny, it throws you off.
It does. I started thinking down the road of llama.
I just started laughing about a llama sitting on his nightstand.
All right, sadly, Virginia's been eliminated.
You just got brain fogged.
He fogged me, Kev.
Yeah.
He fogged me.
Fogged you right out of
Eliminated.
today's competition.
Eliminated.
Yeah, eliminated.
You've been eliminated.
Okay, Denny's got 3, Bird got 2. Bird, you got to get this to stay in it. It's a kind of meat starting with the letter P.
Pastrami.
Risotto.
Gonna give that to Denny's and the win.
What did you say?
Pastrato?
Pastrato.
I meant to say pastrami.
What
Brain
is
fog
pastrato?
Brain fog.
I think you just made a new meat.
Pastrato. All right, Denny's, congratulations. You're the big winner today.
Oh, yes.
Who do you need to call out here today? You can let us know, 877-979-WRMF. Hopefully people hear this, change their behavior a little bit. Like driving. We always have a lot of call-em-outs for driving. Make sure you're doing it the right way. Somebody wants to do a call-out for the jerk who cut across 3 lanes of traffic, almost causing me to hit him just so they could get to the left turn lanes and then proceed to make a U-turn from the outside turning lane, almost causing another accident.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's so...
It's just like, really? Like, what the hell is going on in that car?
Right.
You wonder if the guy's on goofballs.
Yeah.
You wonder.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Got a couple more people using the mic drop feature that we've got. It's free on the 97.9 WRMF app. If you got somebody you want to call out, you can leave a message that we'll get here in the studio. And we got several of these today.
Hi, I want to call out my husband. I just found out that he's been secretly Facebook messaging back and forth with his high school sweetheart. She recently got divorced and immediately hit him up. And he told me that he was just helping her cope with the pain of her divorce. But I'm telling you, the length of the messages they send to one another look like a novel. So I'm not sure what this means for my marriage.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
That's a heavy one, Vicious V.
That is.
Okay. Well, whoa, that's solid.
See, you start getting on that Facebook, you start talking to your exes and your high school sweethearts and all that.
In the beginning, you pretend like, oh, it's not a big deal. We're just reconnecting. We're friends.
If you're married, should you be reaching out to your old high school sweethearts? If you're married?
Not like those two are doing.
At all, though. Let's say, Kevin's married. If he was to reach out to someone he dated in high school, I think the Queen would have a really big problem with that. I don't think that's cool.
I think it's something where you need to be forthright and let your partner know. I do have a situation. There's a girl that I was friends with. We dated for a while, and I still do talk to her. But if anytime there's any communication, I let my wife know. And it's more of like a friend kind of thing. So I believe in full disclosure. So I do. Maybe I should be called out for it, but I believe you can still be friends.
How hot is this girl? Because that does make a difference. If I know your wife, she probably wanted to see a picture of her.
She knows her, yeah, and she's met her.
Okay.
And, she's since got her own thing
I know
going
what Virginia's
trying.
Virginia's trying to get you to verbally and publicly say that this woman wasn't good looking. That's what she's trying to say.
No, I think it's the opposite.
You do?
I do. I think she's hot.
You think if she was super hot, the Queen would not allow any of this to go down.
Yeah, I think she's in a place where she's comfortable with it, kind of knows what it is, and seems to be okay. I think meeting them is part of it. And then, too, making sure that, and if there's any communication for the most part, it's kind of our circle of little friends from high school. So they're all involved in, if it were in depth, one-on-one, remember that time that we...
See, that's where you start going down memory lane.
I wouldn't go down that.
You can't do that.
You can't start anything with remember the time.
No.
And that's what usually, what are you guys going to talk about, other than that?
Yeah.
You're gonna go down that road.
Yeah, if there any reference, it's to the friend part of it, not anything else. This is another column out. It says, Saturday would have been the 24th wedding anniversary of my husband and his ex. They share a kid together, and we are all cool now. But on Saturday, I overheard a conversation he had with her, wishing her a would-have-been 24th anniversary.
Oh.
I find this to be so insulting and rude to me. Now my husband can't understand why I'm so pissed. How are some men so oblivious? Would you be upset if Panda were talking to his ex and saying, hey, happy... would have been our 10th anniversary?
Yes. I would be like, why would you even, first of all, know the number and care? And it just says there's still something there. Like, what are you doing?
I'm just not a fan of making whoever your partner is, why you want to try to make them feel bad? That's your role in partner. You're not supposed to make them think anything, and that's going to make some people...
Well, the thing about it, I think that sometimes you do something and yeah, maybe sometimes men are kind of oblivious and you've done something dumb. You shouldn't have done that. You did it. And your wife called you out on it. She's upset. And then he's doubling down and he's giving the whole, I can't understand why you're so upset. And that's making her even more mad. And sometimes I've done this. I know. Sometimes you have to say, you know what? I screwed up. That was dumb of me. I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't thinking about how that would come across. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
You
It
can
won't
s-
happen again.
You can save a lot with a good apology, but
Right.
if then you start double down,
He's doubling down. And now that's why she's emailing a radio show to call him out, because she's upset because he doesn't get it and he thinks she's being crazy and irrational.
But it doesn't matter even if she is being crazy and irrational, if you love her and she's your ride or die, you got to kind of put yourself in her shoes for a second and say, okay, she's being crazy and irrational, but these are her feelings, and I can't come at her and discount her feelings. I had a guy tell me one time that I was crazy, and I was not being crazy. I was actually being legit. And as soon as you start projecting onto a woman and telling her, oh, she's crazy, oh, she's too jealous, she's too suspicious, you're going to get into a big, huge fight when you could just de-escalate it. Just own it and say, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't have talked to my ex. I shouldn't have been that guy. I should have been more considerate of how it would hurt your feelings.
I'm just not a fan of clowning your mate. I mean, making him feel bad.
Right.
I'm not a huge fan of that.
Don't make them look stupid.
Yeah, something to be learned from that. Somebody else sent in an email, said, I want to call out my boss. He grabbed my girlfriend's butt after he had a few drinks.
What?
We're all hanging out after work at a bar, and I went to go pee, and when I was walking back, I saw him grab my girlfriend's tushy, and I asked him what the hell he was doing. He said he was sorry and that he was just kidding around. My girlfriend didn't want me to make a big deal out of it, so I let it go in the moment. Needless to say, I'm still pissed, and I want to quit my job now, but my girlfriend telling me that I should stay because I make very good money. He at least deserves to be plastered publicly, even if I don't say anything about it.
Oh, boy, that is a mess.
Interesting that she is the one who's like, I don't make a big deal out of it.
Some people are like that. It sucks that happened, and she wants to forget about it, and she doesn't, she's going to feel like...
Yeah.
She's trying to do it for you.
Yes,
and
exactly.
say that, she doesn't want to make trouble in your professional life.
There's no way I could work with that boss. There's no
The
way.
clock would be ticking.
There's no way. If a dude if I was dating somebody and he grabbed her butt, there's no way I could work there still.
Yeah.
Well, I'd at least have to say something, right?
I think you have to say something.
Well, I mean, I would.
I think she's just like, just let it go.
In the moment.
Then are you a jerk if you don't let it go? She's the one it happened to, and she's asking you not to get mad, but you're still so mad. Are you now the jerk because you're not listening to her?
It's weird and it's tough because you want to defend her.
Yes.
And she's the one saying, don't do it.
I just wouldn't be able to take any orders from that guy.
Be
He's
tough.
like, hey, Bird, I need to go do this real quick. I'm like, you son of a biscuit.
Yeah. Okay, remember that time you groped my girlfriend? Nah, I'm good. Denny's just telling me, I don't know, maybe you should play this with caution. I think one of us got blasted on the call 'em outs. Should we play it?
Nah, whatever. I don't care.
You don't care. All right.
Please, Virginia, can you please just shut the hell up when Kevin is trying to tell a story? You ask so many damn questions. I just want to reach through the radio. You grab your...
Oh, my gosh.
On Women's Appreciation Day?
We can't have that.
What is
Can't call out the lady of the show on International Women's Day.
I'm sure he's married and definitely has been successful in relationships.
And we also have to get a lady on the show.
Okay.
I might be more lady than you.
You are.
Okay, we got a few more column outs and some positive ones as well. We'll get to here in just a second. Some people were thinking that the one we had just a second ago with the boss that grabbed his girlfriend's butt, and she's like, don't say anything to your boss. Maybe he is actually having a little thing with the girl, and imagine that. And that's why she's like, don't say anything.
Because she's sleeping with the boss.
Right.
It's certainly a theory.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
I like how everyone likes to put these theories together. No one knows.
Scandalous now.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're right.
Interesting stuff. Okay, well, there you go. Another mic drop that somebody left for us here on the 97.9 WRMF app.
I want to call out my girlfriend in a good way. This weekend, she agreed to have a threesome with me and her really hot best friend.
Okay.
My girlfriend isn't usually this spontaneous. It was really fun and a shocking surprise. I hope we could do it again.
Yeah, this is going to blow up in his face.
Okay.
There's a time I'll wait and just explode.
Okay. All right. Well, we had talked about Coming to America. That is the name for the sequel to the original Eddie Murphy movie that was done, and it dropped on Amazon Prime over the weekend, and we'd asked your thoughts on it on the KVJ Show Facebook page, and there were a lot of people that really loved that movie. And I will tell you why I think the number one reason why people liked the sequel. It was an entire movie that was just paying tribute to the original. They brought back a lot of the characters, so it really tapped into the vein of nostalgia, and they did that. So there weren't many characters. There's only a few. Like you'd said, Patrice's sister wasn't shown.
I didn't see Daryl in there either.
Daryl wasn't in there. The one landlord that they had, he was not in there. But I mean, aside from that, they really did a good job of bringing a lot of people out. They had cameos with En Vogue and Salt and Peppa, and you saw some of those kind of things. They were like, oh, that's cool. So there were a lot of those moments that were really great. There were a few amusing parts that were in the movie. And a lot of people seemed to like that. A couple moments to laugh. So I thought that was one of the reasons why a lot of people were saying, it's pretty good. For me, I a lot of times am scared of sequels because when I have a movie that I love so much, and I've told you, Coming to America is one of my all-time favorite movies. I think it was close to a perfect movie. It had heart. It was funny. There were just so many things that were great with it. The characters were amazing. The thing about the sequel for me that I'm having a hard time with is I don't like when you love a character and that character gets betrayed and they do things that you wouldn't see them do. And I saw that several times in this sequel to Coming to America, not only from Eddie Murphy's character, but from his wife, Lisa. And then the biggest problem that I have with this, I didn't like the whole plot where, to me, what the biggest whole betrayal was of his character was he has an illegitimate son he doesn't know about. And the overall concept of it, I didn't like that concept. And to me, I think they did a great job with tapping into the nostalgia. I think they had a couple funny lines, a couple funny performances. I think the writing was terrible. I don't think the plot was very good. The illegitimate son thing, I didn't like that. And then by the end of the movie, it becomes irrelevant. And the thing that they did, and I don't know if anybody else picked up on this, but he's in the movie and doesn't realize that he has an illegitimate son. You're going, okay, how did this happen? Well, when he goes to America to sow his royal oats, he gets in a situation where somebody gives him some magic herbs, and then they get on him and perform on him enough to where he impregnates them, and then that's how he winds up with an illegitimate son. But
he was drugged and raped?
Basically, that's kind of what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
And I'm thinking, okay, if the reverse happened, if a guy gave a girl an intoxicant so she didn't realize what she was doing and then impregnated her, what would you categorize that as?
Rape.
Okay. So in a sense, that's what the comedy is built around, is the fact that Eddie Murphy's character was raped and then has a child because of it, which, by the way, they don't even do a paternity test on the entire movie. They take it on a vision that, he had an illegitimate son and that he was going to be assassinated, which he was never assassinated, so the vision doesn't even play out, and they didn't do one paternity test on it. And I know when you're going with a comedy, you don't need to really break down the writing, and there's going to be plot holes and things like that. But like I said, the reason why I was questioning the whole concept of this movie and why they are doing it, I was worried that they were going to have just a BS plot line. And to me, that's what it came out to be. And it was disturbing, and I didn't love it. Like I said, they did a great job with costumes, nostalgia, had a few amusing lines that were in there. That was all good. And I think that's why some people are saying, oh, I loved it. I thought it was great, funny, blah, blah, blah. I think for me, because I was so invested, because I loved the original so much, I had my hopes that there was going to be a reason to make a sequel. And at the end of this, the only reason to make the sequel was to see how people look 30 years later and bring back some of the characters. And that's all it was. But the writing was garbage, and the writing, to me, ultimately, the concept and the plot line was an F. And what I thought was interesting about the Coming to America sequel, I started to watch the original a little bit with my son, hoping he'd watch it with me, and he bailed pretty quick, so I didn't. Yeah, he just wanted to go play video games. But the one thing I forgot about and noted, and it was in the credits to the original as it was rolling, Coming to America, the original was done by John Landis. And he was not involved with the new one. And John Landis had not only done Coming to America, he's done like Trading Places, Animal House, Blues Brothers. He made Michael Jackson's Thriller video. So this guy is a dude that I think if he were involved would be wait a minute, let's not maybe build the whole premise of this movie on the fact that if anybody looks at that, really you were raped and you have an illegitimate son because of it. And now that guy's going to be the new king.
Damn, they're trying to cancel Pepe Le Pew. That was all the headlines I saw today. And nobody said anything about that drug scene.
Yeah.
Well, I think Victor goes, Kev, it's not that serious, LOL. To Victor's point.
It's joke rape?
I mean, I'm not sure what Victor means. I guess because it's a comedy.
And I understand that. And I usually, yeah, you do. You dismiss a few things. But I didn't like this concept coming into it. And I'm like, well, maybe they'll make me feel differently about it, that he has an illegitimate son. But then after I watched it, I actually feel worse about it than when I went into it. And I feel like I'm justified in that.
I thought the nostalgia part was good. A lot of people on our Facebook page gave it a higher grade. They go, I didn't really like the movie, but nostalgic, I give it a 7 because of the nostalgia. That's not,
To me, that's not reason enough to have made this sequel to Coming to America. And to me, that's why I give it an F in writing, because it was lazy. It was like, we're going to just put them in the costumes and we're going to show them on screen and we're going to get credit. And that's what this movie does. But as far as like doing a really great plot and a story where you're like, I'm glad I watched this. This adds a new chapter to it. And I feel great about where the characters are now in their life. I wish I would have never watched it.
I wanted to like it so bad. I really did. I wanted to love it.
When we heard that he had an illegitimate child, we were all like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Prince Akeem has an illegitimate child? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, Lisa was so great in the first movie.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's partying with the woman who drugged...
The rapist.
She's partying, having a great time. Everything's all cool. I get that you're not supposed to take it serious, Victor, but you kind of... When you're telling a story, it does help to not make the writing so crappy.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I give it an F for writing, an A for nostalgia, and that's, I think, what you're seeing in people's reviews on how they felt about the sequel to Coming to America.
I did not like Leslie Jones' character. I thought she was way over the top.
Mm-hmm.
I give it probably what it's got on Rotten Tomatoes right now, a solid 50.
Okay.
50 to 60 in between there.
So there you go. So yeah, for me, unfortunately, I would say I wish they didn't make it. And that's what I was hoping I wouldn't say after seeing the sequel to Coming to America, but that's where I am.
That Landis cat still around making stuff?
I don't know what projects he's done lately. He really had his moments, at that era where he was in the 80s to early 90s making stuff. But yeah, that's just, I can't get past that part of it.
Justin Falk in the chat room, why do we care so much about this? Well, it's a topical story.
Yeah, people were saying, hey, what's your review? They want to hear what we had to say about it.
Well, we loved the original so much. So it was very highly anticipated.
Mm-hmm. I was hopeful.
It was a dumb movie.
I was hopeful. So there you go. So, I mean, if you want to go into it and see the nostalgia and a few amusing lines and you're okay with that, then yeah, definitely I would watch that. If you're a person like me who loved it and you were hoping that he would wind up at a much different place. Now, the thing that was great was it was about his daughter who deserved to be the next ruler, bucking old trends and saying, you know what, especially on International Women's Day, she should be the rightful ruler. She's trained for this. She's great. But there's a way they could have written a plot where maybe he doesn't agree to do it at first and she goes to America and says, forget it. I'm going to go make my mark in America, where they aren't so old and traditional, and Eddie Murphy has to go back to America to convince her to come back to rule his country. That, to me, is a plot line that you can work with and make some comedy out of that.
Yeah, there's some fun parts. I thought the Barber guys were good. I thought they did a good job.
Exactly.
Sexual Chocolate was
There were
good.
some things on that the nostalgia part was good, but the overall plot, if they would have just done a better job with that, it could have been a really amazing movie. So I feel like they missed a great opportunity is how I look at the Coming to America. But if you want to go see it and give your own thoughts, if you haven't seen it yet, you can go and check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. And we got your thoughts on the KVJ Show Facebook page. Go on there and let us know what you think of Coming to America. Well, I was being a little critical on the Coming to America 2 plot that I didn't love. I love the nostalgia. I love seeing all the characters. All that kind of stuff was great. But yeah, I just going in, if we were in the writing room and they would have been like, okay, here's the plot, I'd be like, guys, no, can we do something else? This has so much potential. 30 years later, to see where everybody is, it's going to be a great movie.
People get really mad if they like a movie and you don't like it and you trash it. Some people take it personal. They'll go after you.
I get it. I feel the same way, and I'm and I told you there's some it's not complete garbage. You knew going in there's going to be some great things, and he did a great job of bringing those characters back that you wanted to see. The plot. Argue with me with the plot. That I'll tell you what. The plot it's atrocious. Do something better. Plot to Coming to America is awful. Rest of it, okay. There's some good moments.
I gave a review. There's this movie. They're promoting it big time on Netflix. It's called I Care a Lot, and it's award-winning, and I watch it, and then I didn't give a very favorable review for it, and this one woman sends me this long message about, you think you know about film because you made Victims Galore? How dare you? But she was really, really mad.
Yeah, people do get upset.
You did make Victims Galore.
Well,
so.
I stole her breakfast or something. It's funny.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to do our own thing here. How do we do with our own plot? This is the new name movie plot game where we'll give you the name of the movie, and then you got to give us the 10-second elevator pitch to let us know what the movie is all about. So,
and we have no idea what these are. We're just picking them, right?
Yeah. You're just picking them, and then we'll see what we get here. Okay, so it's a name you're just pulling out of the cup here. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. I have to come up with a movie, and the title is going to be Hog's Breath.
All right.
Hog's Breath. Okay.
Okay. Hog's Breath. Okay. This is a movie where it's a horror flick, and every time you'll sit at a bar and all of a sudden something breathes on your neck and you freeze and you die.
Ooh. Oh. Hog's Breath.
Dang.
You want financing for this flick?
There's nobody that would take that. I'd go, what? Somebody, you feel breath on your neck and you die? What?
It's a tough game.
It's a real tough game. So just like that, you got to come up with it.
Oh, boy.
What could Hog's Breath be?
I think there's potential for Hog's Breath. I was going to go a different way.
What would you do with Hog's Breath?
Well, I don't want to steal. I don't want.
No, go ahead.
Poo-poo. Well, there's a murderer out there, and his name is Hog. And what his calling card is, he cuts holes out of your throat, and he's taking your breath away. Hog's Breath.
Oh, jeez.
That's so disturbing.
Yeah, jeez.
Set it up for a sequel.
Okay. All right, see if Virginia can do a better pitch than I did with Hog's Breath. Okay, what's your movie title?
Okay, I pulled out of the cup a movie titled My Left Hand.
If Jaybird had it, it would be an adult movie.
All right. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay, you think you got it here? Okay, I'll start the clock when you start your pitch.
Okay, this one's a horror movie as well. The guy has a glove on his left hand, but when he takes the glove off, the hand just murders as much as it can, and you can't stop it till you put the glove back on.
Oh, I like that, actually.
Not bad, Sinicki.
That's really good. There was a movie about a guy that had a serial killer's arm.
Oh.
And I remember he couldn't control it. Wasn't that kind of, I never saw the movie.
There was a movie called Idle Hands where a man's arm was possessed by like a gypsy curse or something.
Okay.
Dang.
All right.
So I stole my concept?
Not really. It's
No,
different.
no. I like yours, actually.
Yeah.
I think I would buy yours. Much better than Hog's Breath.
Aw.
All right, Burr, what you got?
Coke nail. All right, I think I got it.
Coca-Cola nail?
I think I got it.
Coca-Cola nail.
No, it's Coke nail. I think I got
Coke
this.
nail. Okay. All right, you ready, Bird? I'll start the clock when you start your pitch.
This guy makes this teenage girl try cocaine for the first time. She didn't want to do it. She tried it. She dies. To get revenge, she comes back and kills his ass as a cocaine zombie. Coke nail.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
The whole movie, she's running after him. He keeps eluding her, but she's going to get him.
That's how she kills people. She's got a long coke nail, and she just always, like, through the eyes and all that, takes out all these cartel people.
She died. He buried her. No one knows what happened to her, but the zombie version of her, she don't let that
And
truth.
she's in a shallow grave. You see her coke nail growing out of the dirt.
Yes, I love it. She's all high, zombie-like.
And she's super fast.
She's a fast-moving zombie.
She never sleeps.
Coke nail Denny's.
I love it.
It's rated R.
Coke nail's good. I think that's the best. Okay, Denny's, let's see what you got here in the new name movie plot game. What's the name of your movie?
I got Boca Nights.
Boca Nights.
Very
sexy.
Okay, Denny's has to do a movie pitch here in 10 seconds about what Boca Nights would be about. Okay, what you got?
All right, so Boca Nights takes place in the seedy underbelly of the assisted living facilities in Boca Raton. All the crazy secret things they do at night, crime, stuff in that nature.
It's the prequel to Coke Nail.
So it's
the seedy underbelly.
It's the seedy senior citizens.
Yeah, all
and you
the
would
stuff.
never expect that they've got this whole underworld. It's like we always look at younger people for crime and all that, and it's actually senior citizens that are kind of running their own cartel kind of thing.
They run the night.
They're
in
hanging,
Boca.
slanging, and banging.
Boca Nights.
It all stems from the senior assisted living facilities.
It could be kind of like a raunchy comedic cocoon.
Can we do another round of this? I love this game. This is so fun.
Okay, I wanted to see it because I'm like going, this really could tank.
But also, I'm not a good judge of characters. So let me know about.
Okay, we'll give it a shot again next week.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, a little insight here on what are the do's and don'ts of trying to hit on your construction guy. This email says, I've been doing some renovations to my condo while I work from home during the pandemic, and one of the guys that is doing the renovations is super cute, and I don't see him wearing a ring. Well, I didn't know if that was because he was in construction and had to be concerned or not. Either way, I'd like to approach him, but I don't know what the rules are today with him being professional and me being horny and single and COVID.
Oh, boy.
Can you still approach someone you don't really know that you might want to go out with? Not because of COVID, more because of increased focus on harassment, et cetera, in society. If the roles were reversed and he asked me out, people would say he's a creep. Is it then wrong of me to just give him my number? Plus, I don't know exactly when he's going to be finished. So if I make a move now and he turns me down, it's going to be so awkward to continue to have him in my place after turning me down. So how do I play this?
That I can speak about. When you get involved with somebody and it doesn't work out, and then you have to spend a lot of time. It's happened to me twice. My next door neighbor, and then I was dating this girl by like the third week of a semester, and it didn't last. And then we were in a work group together. So for 3 months, we were in this work group together. It was awkward. Then she started dating another guy in the class. It was awful.
I think, like, she's got to have a kind of an idea when he's about to wrap, right?
Yeah.
You kind of know when the job is coming to an end. Wait till then to make any kind of move.
And if you're respectful and you're not a creep about it, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking somebody out. If they don't want it, they'll go, nope, sorry, I'm taking, or no, thank you. He'll survive.
And just ask him, say, on your last day, can you just let me know it's your last day? I have something I wanted to give you before you're all completely done.
Oh, yeah? What do you want to give?
Well, I think you know.
Wow. This has turned into an adult film.
That new shower you just put in, can we go try it out together?
Well, let me go grab my hammer. I thought we're doing role play right now.
All of a sudden, an adult movie's going on here.
Murder her?
No, we're talking about
something else.
Yeah, we're doing innuendo. Fix it, man. Hammer. All right, well, that went over your head.
If you were to tell her to maybe start flirting a little bit, open things up, see how receptive he is, what could be some things she could do with this construction guy? Offering him cold beverages, little snacks, things like that.
That's a way to get me,
yeah.
get me liking you.
I mean, yeah, if you make food, maybe make him something and offer it to him.
Yeah.
Well, they don't work together. She's not. It's not like she's asking out a colleague here.
Yeah.
You're allowed to ask people. It's not illegal to ask people out.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I think that is it. You probably don't want to make that eventual move where he's in a yes-no situation about asking you out or going out with you or taking your number and then have him have to show up for another 3 weeks.
God, that's the part that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's it. So maybe, just the flirting, ramp it up, find little things that you can do and see how receptive he is.
But you're allowed to ask somebody out. Like,
Yes.
You're allowed to ask your construction worker out. There's nothing illegal about that.
Yeah, but just wait till the end of the job and don't be too forthright about how horny you are.
Well, everybody's got to keep it together when you're asking somebody out.
Don't come up unglued just because of COVID. You still have to, you can't, I'm horny.
The case of the horny is just not...
Don't tell him that.
Yeah. Okay. Got some great advice people have been texting in here. Somebody said, you know what, girl? You need to eat a banana in front of him.
Whoa.
Come
And
on.
make eye contact, or is that too far?
You make eye contact. I don't know. Yeah, is that a hashtag Me Too moment? I don't know.
I did that trick where you go walk around work eating a banana and make eye contact with people, and it is uncomfortable.
We did a video a long time ago where we were eating something and looking straight in the camera. And it was the farthest thing from sexy.
Yeah.
But we didn't have Suits and Denny's be a part of it back then.
Yeah.
I want to see that suit stare.
We've upped our sexy numbers.
We have.
A couple other suggestions. She should stop wearing a bra around the house and look presentable. By the end, he should take the bait if he's interested. Okay. And somebody said, just walk in naked. See what he does.
Were they the last text, were they suggesting a nipple trap?
I think they were, yes.
It's gotten many a guy.
I'm not saying it has.
Many have fallen victim to nipple traps.
Yeah. And somebody takes it farther, says, yeah, just walk in the room naked, see what he does. Obviously, if you're getting renovations, you can afford to hire another contractor if it doesn't work out. There are about 1 billion contractors in South Florida, and those are real stats. Okay. And somebody else said just be flirtatious to feel him out, give him your number, and then tell him to contact you when the job is complete.
Boom.
Okay. There you go. All right, so some good advice. Thank you very much.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
I don't know if you saw some of the photos from the weekend of spring breakers all throughout South Florida. South Florida beaches were packed. Fort Lauderdale, I mean, yeah, people were just going crazy, having a good time. And of course, as we wrap up the COVID, hopefully at least we're wrapping up the COVID, those photos still count, and I saw them all over the place. And meanwhile, in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
We're being shamed again as a state.
Yes. And can somebody help me out with this? Because I'm not sure that this is being reported, but I saw this story, and of course this is a story nationally. And so I saw a lot of national stories writing about this. And the story had said that Fort Lauderdale is banning visitors under the age of 23. And I don't know that that's right. In fact, I got a little clarification on it. There was even a story that was out of the Sun Sentinel about the wharf in Fort Lauderdale. A very popular place. It's open air. It's right there on the New River. But they were saying that they were banning people who were under the age of 23 and had an out-of-state license. And that was because of COVID. But I was talking to one of my daughter's friends, and he's, one of those bar promoter kind of guys, and he said they actually did that last year. And he said, I don't think it's because of that. He said they do that during spring break. A lot of places do because they don't want to deal with all the fake IDs. And, fake IDs like crazy are from out-of-state places. And, my name's Jenna from Oregon. And you're like, right, Jenna.
Well,
sure you are.
The other thing, too, is how are they checking IDs if you have a mask on as well? Every time I buy liquor, I go,
yeah.
I mean, if my eyeballs looked younger, I didn't have so many crow's feet, wouldn't they have to tell me, sir, I need to see your face?
Maybe, and that's what's tough about it. Maybe that's one of the reasons why, especially this year, they're doing that. I mean, it is kind of smart. It does make sense. If you're 21 or 22 and you got an out-of-state license, I guess you're not getting in, and the wharf feels like we got enough people that are of age that have Florida licenses to get in here that we're going to be fine because we got to cut back the numbers a little bit. So remember, the wharf had to shut down there for a while.
Yeah, they did.
Because they packed it in there. So I don't know if anybody knows what the deal is on that, but I'm not sure if that's what the real deal is on that. My wife went up to Daytona yesterday, and she was like, oh my gosh. She's like, is there a motorcycle thing going on here?
Isn't there always a motorcycle thing going on?
Was it Bike Week?
I think there is, but it was Bike Week. Yeah, my wife rolled into Daytona the wrong weekend. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, I saw people hitting people on motorcycles. It was chaos. And she said, I did not see one mask At all, not one mask on anybody.
People were punching each other, but the band was still playing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It was like living the movie Roadhouse. She was up there. And I saw that, you know that naked cowboy that you see in Times Square?
Yeah.
Yes.
He got arrested during Bike Week.
He did.
Yeah, his real name's Robert Burke, and he was booked into jail on Saturday on charges of resisting an officer without violence and aggressive panhandling.
Ooh. Do you think Naked Cowboy dude, is he a millionaire?
No.
No way. He's not rich, you don't think?
No.
He's a celebrity, but he's one of those poor
You know
celebrities.
who he is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, too, if he lives anywhere around New York, it's not cheap.
No.
So,
Well, it might be a lot cheaper now.
But he gets opportunities in life, though, because of who he is. He might get free meals when he goes out.
Well, he clearly went down to Bike Week because he thought, okay, where can I go where there's going to be no laws, no masks, and bam, he was right. The only problem is he just got arrested.
Naked Cowboy, he's got perks, though. Right?
All right. I don't think he's as big a celebrity as you want to give him credit for
he really
being.
is. And keep in mind, he's been doing it a while, too.
That's what I'm saying. He's considered a legend, no?
Yeah. This is an interesting story here about Eduardo Diaz. He's a senior at South Fork High School. He is planning his own prom without the support of the Martin County School District. And apparently hundreds of students have already signed up to attend.
Yeah, we call that a house party.
He said he always wanted a prom, but he couldn't go to prom as a junior because of COVID. And now he's saying, look, I've got my own venue, a DJ. I've got catering. It's all set up for later on this month.
And it's an outdoor venue, too, according to him.
Yeah. So he said we got the temperature checks, the masks. So he's frustrated about the resistance to his event when other large events have been held in the community. And he says, why is mine being targeted and attacked? I just want a prom.
Interesting.
I think that's like a rager. Can adults crash that thing?
It'd be kind of weird. Yeah.
Are you asking for a friend?
I want to
I'm
go to
asking
prom.
for myself. It sounds like a great time.
Yeah. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to get that going off or not.
I mean, he'll probably start it, right? And then they'll probably, if anything, shut it down. Then it'll be a bigger story.
Yeah.
He's in a winning situation right
I
here.
think he's got a good argument. Does he not, Virginia? Am I missing something here?
I don't think you're missing anything. No. I mean, if he's got safety measures in place.
And other events are going off. And
other events are going off. And Martin County doesn't have the same numbers as Palm Beach County.
Right, and this isn't just a regular, he wants to have a party. I mean, this is a prom. This is something that you look back on in your life and remember.
Only thing I would say is the school could get involved and go, you cannot say you're having a prom, a school function without the school's blessing, so you may have to call it something else. You know, what's his name? His name Dirk?
Eduardo. Or Dirk. His friends call him Dirk.
Eduardo's prom party. You might have to call it because the school's going to want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, okay. There's a virtual court hearing for assault in South Dakota that got postponed last week when the judge found out the defendant was in the same home as the victim. And he seemed to be intimidating her into not telling the truth.
Oh, no.
You could be like, yeah, we need to get you guys in separate places.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a fugitive in England that got caught earlier this year when he left his house because he was bored in lockdown and wanted to get the newest Call of Duty game. So he wound up getting in a fight with police officers. Now he's back in prison with an extra 13 months added to his sentence.
We have the audio of him.
Can't you get a digital download of this game? Do you have to go to a store?
I thought so too, Virginia.
I know, yeah. I wondered that too about like just seeing a GameStop. I'm like, are they still really necessary? But they seem
Maybe
to
to
do
get
well
equipment
still.
or something?
Yeah, okay.
Because they
Why are
don't
we in
have
town today?
Why
are we both in town today?
To get the new Call of Duty because I can't sit around in lockdown.
Where are you going to... I'm going to check your details. Okay. Did you not mention one question? Ready with your letter in court?
Wanted for absconding.
Oh, is that what it is?
Fantastic, then.
I knew it's going to be something a bit more serious than a bit of weed.
Okay, all right, there you go. That's what a British arrest sounds like.
It still sounds very proper.
Yeah.
And put together nicely.
It sounds different than the States.
Totally.
There's a pastor in Missouri in some hot water, and he's been put on leave after a sermon where he told women to lose weight and submit to their husbands. And even if they can't be trophy wives, to be participation trophy wives. Oh, boy.
Your man needs an attractive wife. A hockey player said, he said, I married a trophy wife, but now she looks like the Stanley Cup. You see what I'm talking about? And ladies here, here's the thing you need to know about men. Don't give him a reason to be looking around. Hello? Don't do that.
That guy's in charge of things?
He
Not
was.
for long.
What did it say? Can you believe that?
They're going to go ahead and put him on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got to cancel Pepe, you got to cancel him too.
I agree.
Yeah. There's some Girl Scouts in Michigan who were making bank selling their cookies outside a marijuana dispensary that were told to stop by the National Girl Scouts organization.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's just genius, isn't it?
We've every time we hear these stories, it's just you got to give these girls credit.
I give them credit.
Yeah.
They would get me buying. A guy like me walking out, I'll take 19 boxes of those do-si-dos.
Right. There's a woman in Tennessee that crashed her car when she was driving drunk and called a friend to help her. So he drunk drove to where she was, and they both got DUIs. Congratulations.
Two dummies.
Two dummies. And finally, there was a guy in Washington who crashed his van who told the cops on a drunk scale of 1 to 10 he was a 12.
At least he was honest.
You're right. So at least he was honest. We've been having a lot of people text us with some interesting suggestions on how this woman who's got a construction worker working on her condo, how she can flirt with him and kind of let him know that, you know, hey, hi.
What's going on?
The whole eat a banana while making eye contact trick and the don't wear a bra trick. Interesting tactics.
Is that your flirt voice, Virginia? Because
Hey, is that doing it for you, big boy?
oh man, makes you want to watch some Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of interesting, all the thoughts that people have on proper ways to court and to do this, because I think a lot of times there are things that we do that we think the opposite sex likes, but they probably really don't, and it's actually more of a turn off than it is a turn on.
Virginia and so many girls think getting all these lip injections are just the prettiest, sexiest thing. And I'm telling you, a lot of guys, and I know you're not doing it for the guys. Okay, whatever.
I'm not doing it for anybody but me.
I'm just saying, some of y'all don't need lip injections. You just don't. It looks like you got stung by a damn bee.
Yeah, there's another thing on this Reddit list of women think men like it, but they don't. Like the eyebrows that look like they were painted on with a butter knife.
I get that it's Instagrammable, but in real life, you go, did she just put apple butter on her face?
I do see that.
You love apple butter.
I love it on bread.
My question with that, because I've seen that, do girls shave their eyebrows and then put that crazy streak up their face,
No.
their head?
Because it looks like that.
The
Virginia.
problem, I think, is that, girls that maybe over-tweezed or used to pluck and get them waxed, and they were smaller brows used to be the style. Now a big full brow is the style. But if you don't have the hair, you don't have the hair, because sometimes you'll tweeze them and pluck them and they won't grow back.
Apple butter brows.
So girls draw them on now with the pencil. But yeah, as soon as you get like within 4 feet of her, you can tell, oh, wait, those aren't brows. That's a makeup pencil.
And is the pencil the size of a 2-liter? Like it does not look like a little dainty pencil. It looks like there is some kind of a.
You have different. I mean, some people like the thick, drawn-on look. It looks good in selfies, and that's all they care about.
Interesting. I wonder if there are guys that do like that look, because Reddit's trying to tell you that it looks ridiculous.
I mean,
But is that just a couple dudes' opinions, or is that a universal concept? Because if it were, would you rather look better for a selfie on Instagram or better for a guy that you're trying to attract, Virginia?
It should be a guy that you're trying to attract in person, but
What I mean, isn't life all about likes and shares, though?
it is now.
Okay.
And how do you get those guys attracted? Well, a lot of them will see your selfie.
Other things that Reddit's telling you, ladies, that you think men like it, but they don't, when you do baby talk to be sexy or to try to get something you want.
Virginia, you do it sometimes.
And you like it.
I do not.
Yeah. you
It
like
actually makes my skin crawl.
Come here.
Just a little bit. No,
Just a
no.
little kissy.
Another thing, ladies, calling yourself a crazy bitch We get that you think it makes you look interesting, but we as men hate it and want nothing to do with a crazy bee. That's what Reddit says.
Don't call yourself a crazy bee. Show yourself to be crazy. Like a girl who tells you how crazy she is, she ain't that crazy.
Okay.
She's patting her stats.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm so crazy. I'm so crazy. She wants to be crazy.
Well, the crazy, if you're crazy, a lot of times you don't know that you're crazy.
And you can't be crazy all the time either. You got to balance, girls. Balance.
And then Reddit also says, ladies, you think men like it, but they don't, playing hard to get, and then asking why you aren't interested in them.
Well, mind games in general are just a little...
Yeah, it's tricky.
It's tricky. I don't like you. I do like you. I don't like you.
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
I thought you liked me. I do like you, but leave me alone. Wait, what?
Okay. Anything else to add to that list? Or, ladies, would you like your turn? Men think women like it, but they don't.
Oh, my gosh.
Turnabout is fair play, I guess, right? Okay, we're talking about things that women were thinking that men like, but they really don't. Ladies, if you want to turn the tide, you can do that, and let us know.
It's Women's Appreciation Day. Come on, let us have it.
Kind of, yes. Talking about the makeup, in fact, somebody had a suggestion here with those sweeping, crazy eyebrows. Does it have a name, Virginia? For the style that you do, where it looks like you put on your eyeshadow with a butter knife?
I mean, it's just overly penciled in brows.
Okay.
I thought it was called apple butter brows.
Nobody ever called it that, except you. And I think it's because you're hungry.
Somebody would like to see those eyebrows on myself and Bird. And
I mean, we can make that happen. I mean, I will do a makeup day with you.
Okay.
Oh, I can. I've always wanted to get a hold of your brows, Kevin.
I know, yeah.
I want you to tint them. I want you to put that dye that makes them dark. Because you've got brows, but they're just blonde. Half of your brow is blonde.
It's weird. Yeah. It looks like I've got no hair.
Right. But then if you get up close, there's actually hair there.
Yeah.
If we tinted those a darker brown color, I think your eyes would pop. Maybe you would look less murderous.
I was going to say, she's ramping up to some kind of an insult. You let her talk way too long.
I know.
I mean, I heard it ramping up. Like, dude, you have the power.
She needs to get through insults more quickly.
Shut off her mic. I want you to do something fun and big and sexy and odd with mine. I want some odd brows. Can we do this? Or
okay.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Well, you're.
And there's not a lot of I mean, I think the craziest stuff we've already done. You know, dyeing the brows rainbow color. We've done
all
that.
kinds of
Yeah.
stuff,
All right.
Yeah, maybe we can try to see how we look with those brows, though.
Okay.
We'll get that up this week.
Me and you can do it, Kev. I mean,
Yeah.
she don't sound that enthusiastic about doing it with me. So.
I've got the equipment. I've got all the brow brushes.
Can you tell me what's going on with this makeup trend that I'm seeing where I'm sure it's just a marketing thing, but I still feel like I'm at a loss here. You've got both Chipotle and now Peeps announcing makeup lines. Chipotle is coming up with a line of makeup if you want your face to look like a burrito.
They need to work on some sauces instead of working on some makeup.
Yeah, I don't get this. They have the makeup going on sale on Wednesday at ChipotleGoods.com. It ranges from $8 to $18. And now Peeps is releasing a makeup line just in time for Easter. It is a collection of eyeshadow. It's got a nice little palette there for you with, I guess, Easter colors. Colorful sponges in the shapes of Peeps come along with it.
Does it smell like Peeps too? Because that would be fun.
Yeah, I see the Peeps a little bit more than the Chipotle. I mean, do you want your face to look like a burrito? That doesn't sound flattering.
If I was Chipotle and I was in the boardroom and I was one of the higher ups, I'd go, we're not doing this. No, we're going to concentrate on making better rice. We're going to concentrate on making more beans.
Yeah, Chipotle makeup just sounds like a mess.
Let's develop a new dressing or sauce for that's what we need to be concentrating on.
Yeah.
Let's keep our eye on the rice ball here.
Peeps I kind of get. Peeps I think I'm okay with. Chipotle I don't get.
Peeps are just gross. There's a lot of bad Easter candy out there.
Panda loves the Peeps.
I do too.
He came
I do
home
too.
yesterday with all kind of
I'll
Peeps.
defend it. I love it.
I feel like Peeps is better if you
throw it away.
If you were to what's the term? When you sear something down, you make it into a liquid form, and then you pour the Peeps that's melting, and you pour that over as a drizzle. That's where I could see Peeps becoming a star. Peeps on by itself.
They're sweet and they're spongy. I like the
Turn it into like a goo?
Like a goo, something that would be a pairing with it. That's how
I've
you save
seen that.
peeps.
Like if you go get those ice cream sundaes, they'll have kind
Hot
of the,
marshmallow topping.
Yeah, they'll have that.
On paper, too, I should love the Cadbury egg, and I do not like it. It chokes me out. It instantly gives me hot neck. All that goo, I should love it.
Yeah?
It just
Hot, huh?
It chokes me out.
Huh. Are you buying or selling this? Got a couple different things. Dunkin' Donuts is going to be launching a new line of jelly beans that taste like they're different iced coffee flavors.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that would probably be a hit with people. They got General Mills launching a new spin-off of Cinnamon Toast Crunch called Dulce de Leche Toast Crunch. What do you think about that?
That sounds good.
I'm ready to delve.
Dulce de Leche Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I had a little Cinnamon Toast Crunch party over the weekend. When I say little, I mean I ate the whole box.
Okay, yeah. That's
In
a
one
party.
sitting.
Yeah, I did.
That's a party. Potatoes are coming back to Taco Bell's menu on Thursday.
Well, good, because the people were going crazy.
Give you a heads up there. And also, Chili's has started selling gallon bags of their margaritas to go.
Ooh.
You can get a bag for $40. It is Chili's birthday coming up on Saturday, and you can get it then for just $30. So if you want margaritas this weekend, $30 at Chili's.
You guys margarita fans are too much sugar.
There's a lot of sugar in the margarita,
Yeah.
but I do like having just one. It is kind of fun.
I like them, but yeah, I don't drink them for that reason. But they are good.
We could do Margarita Monday. I pay for an Uber for everybody. We just see what happens.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Hey, I got drunk on Friday. Let's make it a Monday, too.
Look, I'm ready to go and have some fun with y'all. Y'all, the married ones.
I got to go to Carline. It's a bad look to have a gallon of margaritas in Carline.
Carline, what is that? Like a
When you got to pick up kids from school.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
get in
then
the way.
When you got those drunk moms driving, people start talking.
Man, kids really do get in the way of Margarita Monday.
They totally do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you know there's a rumor that's going around about Jaybird apparently here in the office, Virginia?
What now?
Well, he claims it's not true, but it's quite a salacious one we got for you next.
The KVJ Show will be right back. 97.9 WRMF.
There's apparently a terrible rumor going around about Jaybird, and he's not real happy about it, Virginia.
Uh-oh, what now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you saw some of it when we were leaving on Friday. Captain KVJ, who's at the front desk, says that two people that were up at the picking up tickets pointed at me and said I was mean to them in the elevator, that I dropped something, and that when they didn't help me, I looked at them and go, pfft. And they told Captain KVJ that happened, and none of that ever happened.
Oh, man.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Maybe it was somebody else. They thought it was you.
I have no idea, but he's like, those people just said that you. And I don't know if they picked up tickets in the past and they were telling them that story. Either way, that never happened.
You wouldn't be mean to people in the elevator.
Yeah.
Never.
That's just not your style.
Never would I ever do that. I drop something, I go, can't help me. I'm in Jaybird. Come on, break.
To me, that'd be one of the worst things to have a rumor going around about you for, just being a jerk and not nice to people and kind of an a-hole.
Yeah,
That to me would be probably one of the top ones. I would not want to have that rumor going around.
They said it in the front of the desk, so clearly they're saying something.
Yeah. Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay, well, set the record straight here, Bird. It's
Damn
not
it.
true.
Yeah, it's definitely not true.
He didn't do it. Not him. Well, I want to let you know today is International Women's Day. We earlier were talking about our favorite female artists and the impact that they have had on our lives culturally, all the things that they have done. We're telling you earlier that one of the two people that has their own statue in the Capitol building, every state gets two. One of ours is a woman, and the great things, if you know Bethune-Cookman, a woman started that. It was a one-room schoolhouse, and now she's credited with that. Just an amazing life. That's a nice little history deep dive if you want to do that. Talk about really influential and amazing women. She definitely is one and deserves to be there. Who would you say, though, aside from a spouse or your mom, is the most influential woman in your life?
Virginia Sinicki.
Yeah. If you work with somebody like that.
You better be nice to me, or I'm going to tell everybody you're mean to people in the elevator.
Don't you take the elevator with me. I'm going at you.
I think with each story, there is a good lesson to learn from this. And no matter what your gender is, you can learn it. I would say, for me, maybe having the biggest impact, Now, obviously, my mom, my wife, Virginia, of course, are very influential in my life. Daughters, things like that, people you're related to. But I will tell you, in high school, I had a teacher that I think changed the course of my life because I was to a point where I was a screw off and everybody was like, oh, what a loser he is. And I kind of been written off. And this woman, she taught advanced placement English. She brought me in there and I didn't deserve to be in it. But she's like, I think you're very creative. And she said, for academics, you're supposed to have certain grades to get into this class. She's like, you don't have that. But I think you belong in here because I see something outside of that you should be. And at the time, talk about rumors, they were going around because I was passing out vitamin C to friends, and the other teachers saw that, and they said that I was handing out drugs, so they thought I was a drug dealer.
Vitamin C? Gosh, you were healthy back then, too.
I know, yeah, it was vitamin C. And so everybody else was kind of writing me off, and you know what? I was believing it. And I think I was heading down that path where I'm like, well, everybody says I'm a loser. I'm a loser. And to me, that's the lesson of that. And no matter the gender, that is a great lesson that if you speak positivity into somebody, you don't know how you could change the course of their life.
Yeah.
And if Lynn Avery hadn't been there and hadn't believed in me, and she even told me that, she's like, you know what? I know people say some things about you, but you're not that person. She said, you have a lot more potential in that. I hope that you use it. And I just remember that exchange. That took 5 seconds. She said that to me. Got me to believe in myself, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do something.
Dang, Mrs. Avery?
Yeah, Mrs. Avery. I've told her that before I've even had her on, and she knows that because I said that was a real critical time in my life where I could have gone one way or the other, and just you doing that changed the course of where I went. I believed in myself, and I said, you know what? I can and I will try to do something with my life.
But you did go, but Kevin, seriously, you got to cut the mullet because it's not going to help you.
Yes, exactly. Do you have somebody like that in your life? Who would you say is the most influential woman in your life, excluding mom, spouse, daughter? Virginia.
Yeah, I think mine have been teachers too. And I kind of had the same thing in junior high. I had a speech teacher, and she was like traveled. She had been around the world. She had worked for different companies, and she knew a lot of stuff. And she didn't want us to think that this was it, that, you know, these are not necessarily your places forever. You're not going to be here forever. You can dream big and go big and do things. And she would tell us these stories about all the things that she did. And it kind of opened up, you know, your way of thinking like, wow, okay. It would be really cool to go and have these life experiences she had. And because she put it in my head that you can go anywhere and do anything, I was like, yeah, she's right.
Shows you what a big role being a teacher is. My mom was a teacher. My wife is an educator. So I'm a big fan of teachers and what they can and should be doing for molding the youth. And yeah, I think that probably a lot of influential women are going to be teachers in people's lives. Jaybird, do you have a most influential woman?
I mean, obviously, my mom and Ann, but those don't count. But I would say my mom's best friend, Joyce. She grew up, or I grew up always knowing Joyce. She was the mother of one of my best friends, JR, growing up. And I could go to Joyce at any point and tell her anything without any kind of judgment, no matter how bad it was, or if I thought I screwed up. I could go outside in that area and talk to her and get advice or perspective, which I did. And she passed away, but I always think about her.
So there you go. For today's International Women's Day, every day make sure that we've got a headline on something else. Today's headline is Pepe Le Pew.
And it's the glee of the canceling, like. It's almost kind of like olden times where you're trying to take down the person to the point where they can't even get back up.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of it. And the thing today, in fact, it's the top trending story right now in South Florida. It came from a New York Times columnist who was saying that Pepe Le Pew was normalizing rape culture, which I don't know if anybody's really even focused on Pepe Le Pew. And a lot of people are like, wait, who's that? If you're younger. But it was a skunk that was chasing around the lady cat back in the day in the cartoons we watched, if you're a little bit older like me. And she was always trying to get away from him because of the smell. And it was kind of the whole thing about, a man forcing himself even when they clearly are not accepting your advances to continue to do it. That's not right. So that was the thing that was being called out. But as Virginia pointed out in the dirt earlier, Dave Chappelle actually did a bit about this 20 years ago.
He called Pepe Le Pew a rapist.
Yeah.
And Pepe Le Pew got the boot from the new Space Jam 2 movie.
Yeah.
He was in it, and then all of a sudden he wasn't in it anymore.
Has Pepe made a statement?
He is not. He's living under a bridge.
He's in hiding right now. See, he'll go in hiding for about 3 months. His team is trying to craft the perfect statement.
Well, I mean, what if he gets rehabilitated? Can't he be fixed up? Can't we make an example of him and he learns from his mistakes?
I think the thing about Pepe, think about him, he really didn't have another pitch, though. What did he do other than chase that cat around? Was there anything else that he was known for? I mean, Bugs Bunny may have had some things where he stepped in it a bit, but, you know, Bugs had some diversity and did a lot of things.
I don't even know who the hell Pepe Le Pew is. I mean, that's how old. I remember sort of about. I mean, I haven't thought about Pepe Le Pew since I was 2, 3.
There he is. He's a
who cares? Who cares?
Who's watching Pepe Le Pew anyway?
No.
This is what I think happens. I think again, I know people hate when I say this.
Yeah.
The media needs things to talk about. They know these kind of stories get people all fired. Nobody gives a rat's ass about Pepe Le Pew, but they're making it out like everyone's against Pepe Le Pew. And everyone's mad about it. Meanwhile, ain't no one really gives a crap about Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, I know last week it was the Mr. Potato Head going to just Potato Head, but then I thought I had heard that Hasbro said it was actually a misunderstanding. We're not changing it at all. It's still going to be Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head.
Their characters are staying the same, but the overall Potato Head is supposed to be, I guess, gender neutral.
Yeah, but
the characters, they still have characters there.
Right, they're going to look the same. And then I thought I'd even heard a follow-up to it saying Hasbro was like, we didn't say that. Like, where's this coming from?
Oh, boy.
Who knows what the heck's going on out there?
Yeah, so I think that's just it. I think Jaybird, to his point, is that they are looking for these kind of things, and they're trying to run with it because it does sell if you get people all upset
I think
about somebody trying to correct somebody.
If you make this story and you write this story like people are mad and people are, then you're going to start making people mad about Pepe. People weren't mad about Pepe Le Pew. No one cares.
Nobody cares.
Now, they care about one color, green.
Yeah. Well, now they're saying, and this sounds about right, 2/3 of Americans think that corporate America is taking political correctness too far. And they're blaming a lot on the corporations. 65% believe that corporations are taking it too far. And I think they are very afraid in how they react and behave. But to that number, I think almost about 2/3 of all the things that they try to cancel are kind of ridiculous. Like, who cares? Nobody really cares. You guys are just doing this for a headline.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not morally really trying to make things right. They're trying to get people pissed off.
Yeah. The one that kind of gets to me, Bruno Mars is having to kind of explain himself because they're getting on him. We played his new song on Friday. You guys heard that, and you're like, wow, that sounds kind of like a throwback. Sounds like an old school kind of thing.
It was nice, though.
Yeah, but they're getting him, because he's Hawaiian, Filipino, something like that.
So what's they getting him on?
Cultural appropriation.
Oh, give me a break. Get out of here with, again, this non-story.
Yeah, and he's like, look, I always give credit and thanks, and I say, look, I was shaped by Prince. I was shaped by all these artists, and my music, you can hear it. It's affected by that. I'm letting you know that. So
Good
it's just
Lord.
Influence.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
See, it's working. I'm like, oh, my, can you believe this?
You're all upset. They got you.
I don't even like Bruno Mars that much. I'm defending
You're
him.
ready to go and fight.
It is stupid. A lot of it's all distractions.
Yeah.
A lot of it is.
Well, and I was, again, I think maybe you had mentioned, when do they finally come after Eminem? And there might be a lot of other hip-hop artists and songs that you could look at and be like, wait a minute, these lyrics are questionable.
Ice Cube went after Bill Maher for saying the N-word, and then people went after Ice Cube for doing gay slurs in his music. So it's like round and round and round.
Sure, yeah. So Eminem, he's got a new song. It's called Tone Deaf. I don't know if it's new. It was on his latest album. He just did a new video for it. That's why he's kind of getting some news. His recent album is Music to be Murdered By.
Oh, my.
Yes. And here he is in the song addressing him being tone deaf and the cancel culture. There you go. So he's owning it. So I think a lot of people will probably be backing him. His 2/3 of Americans like, kind of getting sick of it. Yeah. Again, I think it's just media driven for the most part. And I get it. We're part of it. That's right there.
I know we are part of the media, but I really don't feel like I'm like a
well, I'm
legit
not on here
part of
beating
that.
I'm not on here beating the drum about cancel anybody.
I mean, I'm telling y'all, what I say out of my mouth is usually it's an opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You can disagree with it, but I'm not saying that it's fact.
Yeah.
We're not acting like we're the news.
No, that's just what people are talking about. Like I said, it's the #1 trending thing today. Nobody's cared about Pepe Le Pew for 25 years.
Well, you have to Google him to go get offended.
Yeah, and now he's the top trending story in South Florida.
40 million downloads strong. Check out the KVJ Show podcast wherever you get podcasts or at WRMF.com. Click KVJ Show.
Jaybird is going to be setting it all straight. He's got his thought for the day that is going to be coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Got an interesting email from Jonna, though, because I was thinking about checking out some spring training baseball over the weekend. Still haven't gotten to a game yet. You know, they're doing the limited capacity. Typically what we would do is we just walk up, grab some tickets, and those days are kind of over, at least this year, with the pandemic and just 20% capacity they got going on. So I was thinking about it. It was Saturday, and it was a little bit better weather-wise than I thought it was going to be. And I was saying to my wife, I'm like, hey, you want to get some tickets to the game at the ballpark at the Palm Beaches? She's like, I don't know. And I'm glad we didn't because it wound up raining Saturday and Saturday night. And then we drove by the stadium probably at about like 6:30, something like that. It was raining, but there were no lights on. I was like, boy, they shut it down really fast. And then I got an email here today from John, and she said, hey, I want to let you know what happened. It was very odd. We had tickets to the Mets-Houston game for Saturday. That's what I was telling you about, 6 p.m. Hubby got an email. He never pays attention to email on the weekends. 9 p.m. on Friday night, your game changed from 6 p.m. to 1 p.m.
Oh.
And we had 4 tickets, $40 each. That's right. Yeah. In fact, I was telling you, it's weird. It's if you pay for 4, it's cheaper than getting 2. Oddly enough, I think. The way I was reading it, 60% for insurance, and had to cancel. He had a big job to complete on Saturday. No way to get from Fort Lauderdale to West Palm Beach in time. Then lost $115 for the hotel we booked for the night. Just want you to know this happened. No refund, no credit given.
Dang, that sucks.
Reply was, you have to resell the tickets yourself. No real notice. How crazy is that?
Oh, you become a scalper. Okay.
Never heard of rescheduling any game for an earlier time. Sad he is dying to see any game at any stadium, LOL. Yeah, no, I get it. That's interesting. I wonder what happened with that. I'm like, I wonder when they changed that. Did they announce and shut it down? It's like I said, it was pitch black around the whole stadium at like 6:30, and the game was supposed to go off at 6. I'm like, okay, so they knew the night before. I guess a heads up that if you get tickets, keep an eye on your email.
Victor in the chat room said they booed Altuve yesterday at Roger Dean.
Did they really still, huh?
Oh, dude, that guy's going to be getting booed for a long time.
Wow. We're going to be doing more. KVJ, the After the Show, is going to be happening on YouTube, and you can also check it out on Facebook and also on demand on the free 97.9 WRMF app. Download that thing. Last week, you gave away tickets to the weekend, and this week, it's a South Florida staycation, plus there's still that $1,000 you could win. You go download it for free in your app store, you register, and then just start listening to KVJ and WRMF. It's that easy. You get credit when you listen. All right, Bird, if you would wrap up here. International Women's Day with your thought.
I got a woman thought for you.
Okay.
Peace Pilgrim. You heard me talk about her before.
Oh, yes,
she
right.
walked for peace. That was her mission in life.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No one can find inner peace except by working not in a self-centered way, but for the whole human family.
Okay.
Damn, you love that, don't you, Virginia?
It's okay. It's a little long, a little wordy.
Peace Pilgrim. Rest in peace.
Okay.
Sadly, as she was walking for peace, she got hit by a car.
Oh, you don't act like you are concerned. You just wanted to make fun of it.
Yeah,
that's all. You don't care about Peace
There's no
Pilgrim's
concern.
demise.
There's no remorse in that tone. She don't care.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.